C voter predicts huge gains for Lalu as compared to 2009, but it's the BJP that would sweep Bihar with 21 seats if polls were held today.
Every people, all poor, all section of the society are saying that Nitish Kumar has done the other party who haven't done in 60 years.
Nitish won't be able to retain vote share as Modi wave sweeps over Bihar, 21 of 40 seats predicted for the BJP. Big rout predicted for the Congress in Andhra Pradesh, reduced to just 6 seats in Andhra Pradesh. The Congress's loss is Jagan's gain as he bags 13 seats. Significant gain for the TDP and the TRS. C voter predicts 10 seats for both the parties in the state. 7 seats out of 14 for the Congress in Assam, but a big threat to Gogoi in Assam, with the BJP coming as a close second.
Moving next to the state of Chhattisgarh, C voter predicts that the gap which was there of 1% between the BJP and the Congress party in the assembly election now increases to 5%. The numbers are there behind you. And it's looking like a clear sweep 8-3. That's a division with a vote share of 45%. Raman Singh holds ground very strong.
The BJP just losing a couple of the old tribal strongholds that went to the Congress. By and large, a sort of a status quo down to 8.
Any surprises? Yes,
no surprises, because let's not forget that this was one state where it was absolutely cliffhanger contest in the assembly election.
Yeah.
BJP just managed to skip through, and when we were projecting Chhattisgarh cliffhanger, actually on the counting day it was a cliffhanger till 4 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
And the vote share gap is less than 1% in Chhattisgarh between Congress and the BJP.
Yeah.
So there are 3 seats, especially in the south, 2 and the 1 in the north. But in the central Chhattisgarh, BJP is sweeping just like it is sweeping in Madhya Pradesh or other states.
But I think the Congress party lost a big opportunity. They had increased their share a bit after the incident, in summer, and they completely lost out.
They have messed it up. They have messed it up big time because of their internal factionalism, because of their internal crisis. And as far as, again, saying that at the assembly level, there were people who were voting for the Congress at certain pockets. Yeah. But at the Lok Sabha level, again, the Modi thing is coming up and the vote share is, vote gap is becoming big.
So this is really the story here. A slight bump out here for the Congress party in July, and it goes back to where it was. Yeah. A party that refuses to grow. That's the story of the Congress party. Should we move to Delhi very quickly? Because that's the real state we are talking about. Yeah. Who wins, who loses? Yeah. Does the Aam Aadmi party manage to take its seat share further and sweep the state of Delhi or not? The state everyone's looking at, and what's the story there?
The biggest swing, I think, is against the Congress. A huge swing of 39% away from the Congress. Let's remember 2009 was a peak, 57%. Now this is a trough. It's down to 18%. The BJP gains about 8%, goes up from 35 to 43. Aam Aadmi Party, the big gainer, is up there at 34%, yet 9% behind the BJP.
Yeah. So we are seeing like about an 8% swing in favor of the BJP. But most significantly, if I were to compare this 43% to their performance in the assembly elections,
10%.
That's a gain of 10%.
Absolutely.
In Delhi. Which tells you that as far as Delhi is concerned, at least, it's a pure, simple and absolutely clear Modi wave. The BJP climbs in a big way. Let's get reactions from the members of the panel out here. Does this surprise you, Aarti? You've been Aam Aadmi Party sympathizer, as I always say, but they've not been able to convert this to the national.
No, that may be, but listen, it is, a new party. What surprises me is that with a 43% vote share, why is the BJP limited to 4 seats? It should be sweeping Delhi. Why is it not getting 7 out of 7?
Because their margins in the seats which they are leading is huge, but there are pockets where Aam Aadmi Party is really giving a good fight. Congress is almost being relegated to 3rd position in each and every seat.
Precisely.
Barring one seat where they are close second, that is Sandeep Dixit's seat. And one, I must add over here that there is a split voting phenomena observed across India, including Delhi. And if the assembly elections and Lok Sabha elections are held together in Delhi, there is very much chance that BJP will win majority of the Lok Sabha seat and Aam Aadmi Party will win a majority of the assembly seat. The same voter is saying they will vote for majority in Aam Aadmi in assembly, but the same voter is saying they will vote for the majority for the BJP in the Lok Sabha.
This is, yeah,
Arnab,
Vinod Mehta, this is, yeah, Navika, this is the best ever
Important
vote
point
share
here.
for the BJP in the last 2 elections. The Congress party, its worst tally ever. It gets 18%. It's a Delhi duck for the Congress party. Yes.
Important point is 2 ministers, Kapil Sibal, Krishna Tirath, come from Delhi. Both then, according to these numbers, will lose their seats. And a third important VIP candidate is Sandeep Dixit, son
He
of
is the
former
only
Chief
one.
Minister.
He is the only one who is in contest, I would say.
Yeah.
He's the
But,
only
but
one.
as of now, you've shown him getting a 0.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so 3 big ones gone here in Delhi if these results are something to go by.
You know, this is it's just a psychological blow. I know all of us knew it was going to happen. But from 7 seats to 0 seats.
I'm not
10
surprised.
Janpath. No, but
I'm
10
not
Janpath
surprised
really,
at all.
no, the reality check for 10 Janpath should now begin to set in. Vinod Mehta.
But reality check for 10 Janpath is, forget it, yeah. I mean, what reality check? But I am a little disappointed in the performance of the Aam Aadmi Party. With only 3 seats. That means that the euphoria that existed about the Aam Aadmi Party, say, as 6 weeks ago,
No.
is going down.
No,
And I'd like to ask
I wouldn't say so. No, I wouldn't say so because the vote share tells me another story. No, one minute. It's a national election. From 29.7%, the Aam Aadmi Party goes up to 34%. It gains 4%. The BJP gains 10%.
And in fact, for the assembly election projection, assembly election forecast, they are almost going to 40%.
And
That's an increase of 11% from their performance.
And I'm requesting this panel.
Party has reached a stability point that it doesn't grow anymore?
No, that's not the story. The story
4% only.
One minute. Let me invite your attention for a minute to the Modi X factor. The Modi X factor in Delhi must not be discounted. We asked Aam Aadmi Party voters. The subset is Aam Aadmi Party voters between Rahul and Modi. Who will you prefer? 47% prefer Modi. Only some 20% prefer Rahul, and some others say we can't say. So the majority of Aam Aadmi Party voters prefer Modi at the national level.
But to Rahul.
Rahul.
Congress B team. I think is a wrong.
No, one second. No,
Aam Aadmi Party.
It gives you an idea of convertibility. It gives you an idea of potential fence-sitters. It gives you an idea, I think this number tells you not who will vote for the BJP, but who can be wooed by the BJP. And who is therefore a potential catchment area for the BJP.
A Modi wins
Ashok
gets
Malik.
the BJP 7 out of 7 in Delhi. That's what happened to the Congress in 2009. This time the BJP should get 7 out of 7.
Gets 34% of the vote and 3 seats. Even though I'm an Aam Aadmi Party skeptic, it's a stupendous performance.
Yeah.
It tells you that, as Yashpant was suggesting, in a Lok Sabha election, a lot of the assembly voters of the Aam Aadmi Party are moving to the BJP. Yet also, a lot of people who voted for the Congress are moving to the Aam Aadmi Party.
To the Aam Aadmi Party, precisely.
Especially Muslims in Delhi who voted in large numbers for the Congress are probably switching to the bigger non-BJP party.
Congress voters are getting attracted to Aam Aadmi Party.
The fact of the matter is
from there.
Let's look at.
He's saying the.
Can you extrapolate from there?
One minute, gentlemen, one second. The Aam Aadmi Party has a meteoric run till immediately after the elections. It is at this point of time that Somnath Bharti and all these controversies happen. The fact is delivery has not happened. Arvind is trying very hard to deliver, but delivery has not happened, and the BJP has bumped up to 4 seats at this point of time. So there is a certain movement here. The Aam Aadmi Party has gained, but the Congress's collapse is so complete, and the Congress loses 6-7% more after losing the Delhi election.
What is the message for the Aam Aadmi Party in the Lok Sabha election?
What is your message? What message?
What is the message? That means that this will happen to them nationally wherever in Haryana, in other places where they are hoping to pick up.
But they may be strong in another assembly election.
Arnab, I want to make one point. That the Congress voter is not a natural BJP voter.
Please.
The Congress voter in Delhi is not a natural BJP voter. Therefore, if the Congress is collapsing, that vote naturally shifts to the Aam Aadmi Party. And there's a very good chance that the Congress vote will collapse even further.
No, let's also factor
because the Congress is seen as a loser in Delhi.
Let's factor in one very small thing here. And I'd like to get in Manjinder Singh Sirsa, who's a leader and MLA of the Shiromani Akali Dal. Dr. Harshvardhan will be joining us in some time. And Arun Bhatia is an Aam Aadmi Party supporter. Ever since we asked some questions to the Aam Aadmi Party on why they seem to be supporting India's Taliban, they have boycotted us. So that boycott continues. I repeat it.
As long as at this rate, you won't have anyone from any political party on your program.
Well, I continue to have the
That's a
other.
compliment to you.
As long as I have you, Vinod Mehta, why do I need to worry? The question is...
Vinod Mehta ji, BJP never runs away from the media. We're always here to answer and explain our...
All right, Jen, let's move on. We have a lot of ground. We have a lot of ground to cover. And keep your eyes on that magic number up there. NDA 41, UPA 18, others 57. India has not given a decisive verdict yet, and we are down to D. We are going to go to G, Goa next. I'd like to get in, Mr. Sirsa, do you think the 1984 comments of Rahul Gandhi, do you think followed by that the revelations on Blue Star have also added, to a slightly shifting perception vis-a-vis the Congress party? Because the Congress has lost a lot in the last 4 weeks. Do you think these two factors could have come to play?
I must say the biggest factor is that nobody in the minority will gonna vote for Rahul Gandhi after that exposure.
Yeah.
While if you have openly admitted that yes, congressman was involved in 1984, no citizen will vote for you. How it is possible? You are living in a democratic country, and by the way, you are exposing yourself that yes, congressman was involved in this, and you have been keeping your eyes shut from last 29 years.
Okay.
Nobody will see that. So I think whosoever is a law-abiding citizen, whosoever believes in the Indian setup system, will definitely never vote for Congress.
So what is your feeling about this, the Delhi duck for the Congress party?
See, Congress is to wiped away altogether.
Right.
There is nothing as name of the Congress in Delhi.
Right.
And I must tell you, same is with the Aam Aadmi Party also. You wait for another 2 months. There is nothing on ground. The ground reality is totally changed. The Aam Aadmi Party got exposed in last couple of days, and there are still 2 months for these elections, and you'll see how this Aam Aadmi Party also going to get wiped away.
Let's get Arun Bhatia. He's the Aam Aadmi Party supporter. He's joining us from Pune. Arun Bhatia, 34% the Aam Aadmi Party gains, but the BJP gains so much. The BJP gains so much that even in Delhi, which is the stronghold of the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP moves ahead and gets 4 seats. What's your assessment from where you are? Is the Aam Aadmi Party losing momentum?
I don't think so, and I think that the situation varies from constituency to constituency. It is true that the Congress votes are gravitating towards the Aam Aadmi Party, but it is also true that there are certain vote banks which will opt for Aam Aadmi Party all the way, because these are the vote banks that don't want to see the BJP win. Those are the minorities, regional minorities, religious minorities. These were the people who always voted for the Congress. They will come to the Aam Aadmi Party.
Right.
If any type of survey is conducted to see the strength of the Aam Aadmi Party, or all the parties, I think it has to be very well stratified. Urban, semi-urban areas, peripheral villages, income groups, caste, because these are all the factors that influence the voters are based, voting is based on these factors. I find my personal experience in Pune is that the Aam Aadmi Party has become a household name. Aam Aadmi Party and Kejriwal has become a household name. It's a phenomenon that we have not seen for so many years. And you find the rickshaw driver, the villager who visits Pune occasionally, they talk of the Aam Aadmi Party. So, I don't have the figures which you have in the studio. I'm not in the studio. But I don't think we should underestimate the potential of this party.
For the Aam Aadmi Party, it's just a trend, because what I'm seeing here, and I'd like to welcome Subramaniam Swamy. Arun Bhatia, thank you very much. The overall trend I'm seeing here, Subramaniam Swamy, is that the Congress collapse is so complete, and we haven't come to the real, the BJP states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat and all just yet. The Congress collapse is looking fairly complete till this point of time. That's the story I find till now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprising to you at least.
It's not surprising to me at all, and I think the more important thing is, if you were to take your polls from last September to today, the BJP has been consistently rising. Yeah. And I think in March and April there will be a big surge, where people will then have to come to terms as to what is to be done. Yeah. And I think the BJP is, in my opinion, heading for an absolute majority.
Okay, let's see whether that happens. Far from it yet,
yes,
Subramaniam Swamy.
But you project the trends upwards.
The trend so far I have seen here is of a dramatic, I would say, meltdown of the Congress party. The Congress party is really melting down. so far. Let's look at the state of Goa. Let's go to Goa next. We have 2 seats, very simple. Let's go through it very quickly. Manohar Parrikar, the vote share, he has a 4% gap. 4% gap last time.
Last time there was a 1% gap.
What changes
now
this
there's a 4% gap. 47 versus 43. The tally remains the same. One for the Congress, one for the BJP. The BJP consolidates mildly after coming to power, maybe with the backing of minority.
But he must be complimented. To get 47% of the vote share is quite commendable. But that's a story. This kind of a vote share is a story of almost all the BJP chief ministers out there. The BJP has chief ministers, many chief ministers, who are actually delivering close to 50 or 50% plus vote in their respective states. We are yet to go to the big states. I think that's going to be one of the key strengths of the BJP, that it has built up these leaders and allowed them free play. Any comments on that from our panel?